Hi, friends. How's it going? Izzy's running just a tad late, so she will be joining us. I just barely made it in time myself. So, hi, Steph. If you want to hop on Sprints, I can send you the link. You can join us if you want. Totally up to you. Hello. So, how is everybody? Whether it's day or night, wherever you are, tell me how you are. Haha. Sometimes I rhyme, not on purpose usually, though. I'm going to quickly share the link. Hello. All right, shared one. Now I need to share into other place. There. Yeah. Okay. I have done all the sharing out. More people jumped in. Yes. Okay, perfect. Just let me know. I'll drop the link to you. Yes, we are all mourning, and it'll be really interesting to see what changes happen. There we are. Hi, Izzy.
We have to clear my desk of other people's workstation.
All good. No worries. So, yes, we are in mourning.
Yeah. I have a lot of feelings. I just privated my entire TikTok account.
Huh?
I just privated my entire account like right before this. That way, whoever buys it, my stuff's not just chilling.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or who knows who, or bots, or I don't know. We don't, as in America at least, don't know where our content or what's happening to our stuff currently. So I don't love that.
Because as far as I know, and as far as I've heard, the owner has not sold.
Yeah, but the rumor is it's going dark for 36 hours potentially for server transfers. Which would track. But yeah, same thing though. Like, is our content just living there forever? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Ma'am doesn't know what to do with you in the office anymore.
No, well, Dad's across the way, so she's very confused.
Ah, I see.
Packing up his bag, so she's like, "What is he doing? What am I doing?"
Good deal. So, Steph will probably hop on with us in a little bit.
That sounds good. I'm going to grab my books because.
So, what is everybody planning on reading?
Y'all are gonna pick. Choices. I could read my Kindle. I could finish Married to the Devil, which does not count for Read What You Own because it's like a document on my Kindle, not a like KU or you know what I mean. And I don't count documents because like those generally get counted in my art counts. Yeah. I have The Bean Counter, Volume 5. I have Otaku Vampire's Love Bite.
I really liked that one. Like, I can definitely see why people don't like it, but
I read a couple pages of it and I liked it so far. Sign of Affection 10.
Love Sign of Affection.
We have Home Office Romance.
Home Office Romance.
I keep wanting to hold this one up. No, that is the right way. I keep thinking this one is upside down. Last Quarter, which I know you loved because you read it at my in Dallas.
Yeah.
And then we also have I Can't Refuse Us Volume 5. I gotta read this one this month, so I'm
a little bit behind on that series. So
then I'll net 0 with this one this month if I read it this month. Is the good news.
Yeah.
It was a 2024 pre-order, which does not count against me. I'm not really. I don't think my pre-orders are really going to count against me if I read them in the same month. This is my plan, like that they get to me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, if I purchase something for Read What You like as a reward for Read What You Own with my manga, if I read it in the same month, I'm netting 0.
Exactly. Well, because you are technically, so it's fine.
Exactly.
At least 5 volumes.
And my cute sweater showed up in the mail finally, so it's on. It's my romance trope conversation hearts
I love it.
sweater,
just
and I
in
love it.
Focus today. I just wanted a 3X. It's rainy and gross here. I was like, I'm gonna lay on the couch
Literally, it
and
was
rot
so
most
snowy
today.
for the first time. And
I love this.
I read story time at my store. I think I've talked about this before. I'm in charge of the kids department, so story time. And I figured we were going to be covered in snow all of January, so I've chosen snowy books for the entire month. It was actually finally snowing on a day I was reading a snowy book, so that was kind of nice.
That's fun.
And it was all about a snow plow today, so it was like extra like pertinent to what was going on. So it worked out well. Okay, so give me my options again. Show me the spines.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab the stack. So here's part one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh my God. Let me not throw the entire book across the room. It almost hit the mic. And then that's upside down. But Beam Counter and Love Bite.
Okay.
Vampires,
so you would need to read I Can't Refuse S to Net Zero?
Yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't really help my Read What You Own yet, because like the month's not over. Technically. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like
but
I feel like
you don't necessarily
like,
want to net anything.
Read it so I'm zeroed out.
Now it guarantees a zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, listen, yes. What are how is your stats looking this month, Shay?
Let me pull up my handy dandy spreadsheet here. So
I was like, let me go over my
spreadsheet.
spreadsheet.
Have read. Hold on. Let me go to my monthly stats. I have read a total of 37 things this month.
Okay.
One of them is a reread. But 30 physicals and 6 digitals. Most of my physicals, I think all of my physicals are manga though.
Yeah. So most of you're mostly down.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
I've brought in 8 things this month, but I've read 10 DNF2 and unhauled 7.
There you go.
That's good though. Even if you brought in free books, like that's still a win.
Yeah, if you're still netting lower, like you're still winning Read What You Own.
Yeah. But yeah, that puts me, I'm at like 19 read-ish. I brought in, now on the caveat here is like most of what I brought in besides this is I got like a Kate Canterbury freebie. I got on the Penguin Random House app that I'm on where I get audiobooks. I got the new Allie Hazelwood. So I got Deep End or Wet. I got like 4 arcs on there the other day because there are books I do want to read. And 3 of them I'm reading for the vlog at the end of the month. That is February and March releases. So like those again should be like this. I should be netting close to 0 with them. So fingers crossed.
We have someone who's warm.
I was going to say, it's really hot here today, and I've been listening and going, yeah, that's not me.
You know, you get to experience the opposite of what we're having, which is usually the reverse, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. We all want to swap when it's our winter and summer, I feel like.
Pretty much. That's okay. I've managed to do laundry, so I've got things out drying on the balcony. I cleaned this morning, and now it's only just like 12:40, and I'm done for the day. So I'm happy to read.
I will say I would happily swap with you tomorrow through Wednesday when we're going to be in the single digits with wind chill. Yeah. And that is disgusting. No, thank you.
It is disgusting.
What are we? Yeah, we're 30 Celsius today through Tuesday, and then we drop down. Yeah. But when we drop down to our 20s, that's nice. That's pleasant in summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll trade
you. I will trade you by not leaving my house for 3 days.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think I'm leaving tomorrow, and then I was like, I'm staying home till Wednesday, probably Thursday.
I mean, that's such a mood. Like I have a lot I actually am going to be doing Monday, but tomorrow I also have the day off. So I'm going to be like, I'm going to breakfast with a friend, and that is like it. Other than that, I am chilling out at home, reading or doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
Oh, Steph, how are your Read What You Own stats? Because I know you're also doing Read What You Own with us.
Yeah, my ebook number is down. My physical TBR went up, but I expected that because I always get a huge stack of new books in January just through gift cards and things like that. So I'm not so much worried about that because I'm hitting all of my TBR bingo stats for reading percentage. Like what I've read 24% of what I've brought in January already. So
fantastic.
You're doing so good.
It'll balance out
that
in the next couple
killing
months.
it.
But what I have is I've just finished my 3 oldest ebooks and technically my 3 oldest owned books that have been sitting that I've had since 2018. So that's a win.
Yeah. For those of you who are doing Izzy's 25 and 25, I have read both the books for those. I'm also.
I like how you guys have read them all, and I haven't even started the first one. I'm out here dropping prompts, like woo, and I was like, I saw him.
But see, when you host a challenge like that, participation is an interesting concept because there's so many other things that you're doing.
Exactly. Actually, though, the best part of it is so like you know, it's like at your own pace thing too. So like I'll knock out those 2 before the end of the month. But the best part is I've scheduled stuff out, so I'm just gonna forget when the next prompt is. And I'm gonna log in one day onto Discord and be like, "Oh crap, that was today." Like I kind of did it to myself, like on purpose. But I was like, "This is gonna be really funny when I just forget that there's a prompt coming because it's gonna happen."
Look, I have 1 more week until I go back to work, and I cannot wait for that. Just purely because, as I said in the Discord, I can't handle the randomness. I'm like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? I need a distraction because I'm at home at the moment a lot, so there's no distraction, and
That's
I need.
Fair.
I just
That's fair. I mean, like I said, I'm enjoying the fact that I will half forget when things are happening. I'm gonna be like, I feel like it should be time, and I'm gonna have to like go look at my sheet with everything because I've scheduled through like May right now.
Gotcha.
And then in March I'll probably keep scheduling.
Yeah.
So I can
even just
that makes participation easier. So also I will say.
Just
okay, so I didn't talk about what I was going to be reading. I just realized that.
Hold on, Steph was trying to talk, and we both interrupted her now.
Oh yeah, go
ahead.
Go.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was just going to say, just trying to organize dates for read-alongs and things like that. I'm like, brain does not compute.
I know, it's a lot.
Fair.
It's a lot. All right, Shay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I just realized I didn't talk about what I was going to be reading. So I'm going to start by actually working on a physical book that's a chunker for my 40 I want to read before I turn 40, which is Prince of Tides by Pat Conroy. This is like literary historical fiction kind of feel. So it's denser, which is why I keep not picking it up. So I'm like, okay, these sprints are the perfect time for me to focus in and work on it. And then if my brain can't handle it, I've got manga on the side.
Perfect.
Yay. I've got My Boyfriend is a Dog, Volume 1. And then I've got The Small Animal-Like Lady is Adored by the Ice Prince, Volume 1. Because I'm trying to work through all my Volume 1s. The ones that weren't in the vlog existing are going up for a members exclusive vlog. I'll talk about them all briefly in my reset for February, because that's like my pseudo wrap-up for the things I don't talk about in other videos. But yeah. Those are my reading plans. How about you, Steph? What you gonna read?
A lot of short things. What you can't see on the couch is I'm sitting in like 1/4 of the couch, and the other 3/4 are covered in picture book piles at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Again, a hazard of not being at work. So I've got to finish off Australia's Baby Animals, which is a nonfiction book. And then I thought I would read Spectacular because it's short and would mean I read down the TBR, and then I'll go through some of the other picture books, which the picture books don't count towards any of my stats for anything, which is really annoying. But
well, are you not tracking them at all this year?
Oh no, I'm tracking that I'm reading them. I don't track when I get them because I
Okay.
end up with
You
a
can't.
lot of them.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if
If I
they
do that,
didn't
I'd be
count or
really-
anything. I was like, Steph, come on.
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. I'm still tracking them because last year was very successful when I tracked them.
Yeah.
Although my kids' nonfiction books, I count as nonfiction read for my
Good.
nonfiction.
You should.
That's fair.
They are
They should.
nonfictions
They
you've
are
read.
nonfiction.
They're
Yeah.
very well written and they're so much more accessible than some other nonfiction.
Oh,
Fair.
right?
Fair. Yeah, I'll do I Can't Refuse Us first. That is backwards. So we'll
Yes.
start here. And then I've got the next two.
Do that
which is
so you
Bean
net
Counter.
zero, and then
And then these will knock
jump
2 more
on
off my
to
TBR.
Bean Counter, because Bean Counter is just fun.
I know.
It is
That's
a
why I've been
little
putting it off because I
but
like
it's
love it so
also good.
much. But I'm also like, I don't want to be current. I don't even know when we're getting volume
So
6.
I did purchase a couple things today,
Shit.
but I earned them. I haven't broken like my reward system yet.
Mhm.
Like I was good,
Mm-hmm.
but they had a Suitable Fetish 2. They had The Next
Fair.
Titan's Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're things that I'm gonna be reading very, very quickly. So that's why I'm like, they're probably getting read either tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
that's why I'm
Fair.
like, I do not feel bad getting this. So
That's fair.
I just
Suitable
these
Fetish
are
is on my
the
list.
read what you own people. So I'm just being accountable.
That's fair. We don't have a date for the next volume of Bean Counter, it looks like.
For 6.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if
Not
it's
super
out in
far.
Japan. I should check that for
I
you.
know. I'll check it. It's fine. I was checking on
Okay.
Barnes real quick before I forgot.
Got it.
6 in Japan on Baka. So Bean Counter is so good. It's so good.
Seriously, if y'all are not reading the Otherworld's books depend on the Bean Counter, like do
Sorry,
it.
I'm too lazy to
Just do
say
it.
the full name half the time. I will admit to that. I was
I
like, Bean
mostly
Counter.
call it Bean Counter, but like
I know.
in case someone has no idea what Bean Counter is,
Mhm.
like I have to say the whole thing sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
So yes,
I say it once, and then I just like it's Bean Counter.
it's
But
Bean
yeah,
Counter.
so I'll start there. I should get through 1 or 2 during the sprint. I hope. We'll see.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's start with a 45. See how much we get done. We'll see how we're feeling after that sprint. And let us know in the comments what you're reading if you haven't yet. And we will see you on the other side of 45.
You're still muted.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
hit the wrong thing. I'm hitting the wrong buttons all over the place.
It happens.
So did you finish both or just one?
I am almost done with Bean Counter. I made sure to update my spreadsheet real quick because I was like, if I read enough tonight and I don't update as I go, I will regret things tomorrow. So I finished I Can't Refuse Us. We get a time jump in this.
Okay. I can't
And
say I'm mad at a time jump in that one.
and one more volume, I think, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So this was good. I liked it. Like a solid 4. I'm enjoying it. I've enjoyed it the whole time though. Like it's just a setup I like.
Right? Such a good setup.
Nice.
It's such a good book. When you are in the mood for it, it will be great.
I love Hannah Alfka. She does great stuff. I hate when this happens.
I do too. I usually just read something mediocre, to be honest, when that happens. Or bonkers.
Yes, you are up past your bedtime.
You are. It's very late.
I'm like,
I did check TikTok randomly. It's still working for me, so I don't know what's going on. You keep getting different times, different things. I'm just like, okay. Will I sleep tonight? Who knows? I might just scroll.
who knows? How was your reading, Steph?
Good. So I finished Australia's Baby Animals. I read The Dictionary Story by Oliver Jeffers.
I love that. It's so clever.
Good. That and A Childhood Books are probably my 2 favorite books by Oliver Jeffers. Just give me all the books about books and words and all that sort of thing. And I have, if I hadn't been interrupted by a phone call, I have this much left.
All of our favorites.
All of our favorites.
All of our
So
favorites.
It's very big writing.
So
and it's
stunning.
very,
Look at that art.
Oh,
it's very
really
spaced
cool.
out. Like, it's just a very pretty book.
It is a very
Very
pretty
much.
book. They have
Say what
like
you will
the editions of her books or whatever at Barnes that I see all the time. They're so pretty, and I'm like, I'm never gonna read these, but they're so pretty.
Well, see, I have all of the original UK release editions of the Caraval series, so I've got like all of the different icons underneath the hardcovers and everything. So I read them when they came out. So I'm like, well, I'll just get this one, and we'll just have the complete set of very nice hardcovers for a series. That's just fun,
and that's fair. I rarely pick up YA these days, so I was like, I have no excuse to buy these if I haven't.
I can't lie. I don't even remember the last time I picked up a YA on purpose.
Can I say?
I just read one.
She's probably the only US young adult author that I still read. The only young adult I tend to pick up will be diverse reads from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, that's the YA I just read was a Vietnamese American author.
Yeah.
Although she was born in Vietnam and then like moved here. Either way, I read A Bond with Me for Two. Very cute. Highly recommend. But yeah, like I just needed something light and easy, so I read a YA romance. But it is few and far between these days.
Yeah. That'll probably be like one of maybe
I mean, you know, I'm much closer to 40 than 20 these days. So I tend to not relate to a lot of YA stories.
Yeah.
I just don't tend to pick them up as much, where I feel like middle grade, like, is more
enjoy middle grade a lot more.
As funny as that sounds.
Yeah.
I think it depends too. Like, it just depends on the setup and what's going on. Like, the one I just read, it was like freshmen and they're on like, she's on a student exchange program thing, like a study abroad. So like, it's older.
That's a little
YA.
different. Yeah.
So like that worked because like it wasn't just like high schoolers. It was really cute.
Right.
Really, really cute.
Well, I got really excited.
I was happy.
Yeah. I got so excited because Ashley's got her middle grade read along. I'm like, oh, I've now read 2 of the 3 books, and I'm looking forward to the 3rd one because that'll.
Yeah,
what's your 3rd one?
Sorry,
what's the 3rd one?
So they're all themed around dragons. I'm just trying to see if I've got the book here. So the one that I haven't read is The Last Dragon on Mars, which I'm looking forward to reading because
that one is cute.
give me some sci-fi with that. And then there was Dragons in a Bag, which I read last night, and Lightning Born by Julie Kagawa.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love Julie Kagawa.
So I hadn't read her before, I don't think so.
Yeah. Have you read Impossible Creatures yet?
Just doing those.
No. I even with middle grade, if the book is chunky, I tend to steer clear of it.
Honestly, it's really good though. Like the
Yeah, I
type in
know.
is
I've heard that.
huge.
I've heard that. So
And it's
at
only
the
like
moment, I'm just
like my ARC copy was only like 290 pages. So they're just thick pages.
I
So
thought
it's
it
not
was
that
longer. Yeah, I thought it was longer than
Why
that.
did I scare the
It
kids
looks
off the
chunky,
books?
but it's really not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's yeah, because at the moment I'm just trying to read shorter things that I can do recommendations for year 2 or 2nd grade read alouds.
Mhm.
So I've got a bunch of those that I'm trying to read. Although I did just read Willowdean by Catherine Applegate as well, which I stupidly
I
did
love
not
Catherine
realize.
Applegate with all of her
I did not
soul,
realize that
period.
she was K.A. Applegate, who I read growing up with Animorphs. I'm like, you idiot. How did you not pick this up? But Willowdean is gorgeous. It's got some of my favorite quotes that I've read in a book in a long time.
Yeah, that one was actually one of the best. Like Barnes and Noble's middle grade book of the months really are solid. Like the more of them that I've read, the more I'm like, yeah, you're getting smart. Whoever you've got picking these for you, like,
you'll have to let me know what the Barnes and Noble the middle grade books of the month are, because I follow the ones over here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I tend not to always.
I'll take a picture of them every month. Ours this month is kind of a dud. It's got like a playing card on the cover. I can't remember the title right now. I'm gonna have to look it up. One moment, please.
So good.
I haven't stepped foot in Barnes since the new year because I'm resisting.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm almost to my 10, so I'll be able to buy 2 volumes soon, but
we'll see. I'm hanging out over here for us to get the shortlist for the Vic Premier's Literary Awards, because there's always a kids category. And I just want to see what's on there this year. And it's always a mix of picture books and middle fiction.
That's nice, though.
Yeah, well,
they
because
actually do picture books
they also have the adult awards and they have the young adult category and all of that. So then we'll have our kids book awards throughout the year. There's a couple of those.
The Mystery of Locked Rooms by Lindsay Curie is the one for this one.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
The YA one is one of the few like YAs I've been interested in recently, and it's the like D&D based romance series that they're doing. It's the sequel. It's Dating and Dragons.
Yes.
Those are the only ones I've been kind of tempted by in recent years.
Yeah, that one looks really cute, and I've heard mixed stuff, so I've never decided if I wanted to read it or not. I guess I
the
do.
first one's Dungeons and Drama. It's like this really cute pink cover. She's got like a lute in her hands. Like,
it's really cute.
Those are the only ones I'm like, maybe I would try you, but even then, it's like
maybe. I have to be in the right mood to go YA. So.
I also agree. I'm very likely to pick up YA horror before anything else YA these days, or like a YA thriller mystery. Like, I tend to enjoy those the most.
There's a handful of Australian YA titles that I'm curious about. One of the authors that I like to read has kind of a gothic YA-ish book coming out, which sounded kind of interesting. And another author who I've been reading for a long time, she does historical thriller YA books. And hers are really good. And the first 2 were traditionally published. I don't think the third one got picked up, so I think she's self-publishing it this year. And I'm like, give it to me, please.
You're like, give me now, please, and thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's like I love Alexa Dunn's thrillers. They're fun. Like, they're just campy fun. Like, good times. And sometimes that's all you want. And like, I like the low stress sometimes of a YA one. Like, they're still stressful, but it's not the same kind of stress I feel reading an adult title at times.
Yes.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is very intense. If you don't
far
like
as-
reading about toxic family dynamics, this book won't be for you.
Yeah,
That's
I might be
fair.
out of that one then.
I'm only 26 pages in, and there is definite toxic family dynamics already.
Mhm.
So, again, if you don't like intense family dynamics, I doubt this one's going to be for you. I knew it was a family saga going in, but it's even more intense than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So, literary tends to do that though. So, I knew
Mhm.
there was a small chance.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
intrigued enough to keep going because, like, his twin sister has basically, like, psychologically, she's not there anymore because of the abuse of their childhoods. We haven't gotten too many specifics on that. I'm assuming we'll get that later.
Mhm.
But, like, the mom is awful. Like, his mother is just the epitome of toxic guilt trip mommy, and I hate it.
no. It's not fun to read that either.
Yeah, I don't love like I only like it when it's like rich people weird drama. But too much of that, I just not for me. So I commend you for deciding to read it and sticking with it.
It's one of those where I think this one I want to give at least 100 pages before I make any final decisions.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Because I've been told this one is a little bit rough in the beginning and gets better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
By the person who recommended it to me for this list. So
That's fair.
well, that's good.
I think for the challenge like of it, like makes sense also to give yourself 100 pages for most of the books.
yeah.
Because it's like you didn't try, you know.
After this one, my next physical novel is going to be This Is How You Lose the Time War, because I've been wanting to read that book for years. And I'm
That's
finally
So
gonna do
good.
it.
So
It's very
good.
good.
Everyone I know who's read it has adored it. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's happening.
Yeah.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, I've decided this is the year I get back into my sci-fi reading. If it
I'm
kills
just
me.
determined.
I'm guessing
to
we're
read-
guessing over This Is How You Lose the Time War.
Yes. Same. I'm trying to I definitely want to step out of romance a little more this year than I did last year. So we'll see how it goes. That's part of the prompts though too. Like I'm probably gonna read.
And see, that's part of why it's like my 40 before I turn 40. I asked a variety of people who read a variety of things outside of our core friend group.
Mhm.
So I got a little more
Variety.
variety in it to like really know what I like to read as an adult.
Yeah.
That's fair. I know I like other genres. I just lean into the comfort of romance. I'm like, let's venture out a little.
When I'm stressed,
part of my
romance is my
27.
go-to.
Yeah.
That's
And I do have Gravity on my list that I'm hoping to get to this month as well. So
Bring tissues.
I just know Tal Bowers wreck me and like devour me at the same time, where I have to have a couple of days off in a row to dedicate to it. So
Yeah.
that my next set of days off is going to be 2 in a row again, and so I'm going to do it then.
Yeah. Just, I love that book so much.
With how attached I am still to the rest of the story, I mean, I still keep forgetting to put your annotated copy in a box to send on to the next person.
Who's
Which is
that
why I
even going
want to go
to?
through and annotate my copy first.
This is why I haven't read Gravity yet, or anything else, because I'm gonna have to reread the rest of the story, and I can't. I can't.
Well, Gravity technically takes place before the rest of the story.
Fine stuff. I'll read it first. God.
It's just my lot in life to convince everyone to
I
read
know.
these 2 books.
Well, I still have to read the Regine Abel. I have also to annotate for you, so it's fine. Those are getting read this year, though, in the first half. If they don't, yell at me. Give me my books.
Well,
of course.
okay. I
Your
fully
goal is
expect-
to have read the Regine Abel before I get there, because I will probably read and annotate my version of it when I'm there.
Yeah, so I should read it in the next month and a half, basically.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. So I'm not expecting this book to get back to me until like 2026, if that.
Who else is supposed to get it after me?
I get
Regine
I think
Abel.
Regine Abel's done after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll just be Breeze, you, me, and Steph's annotations of it, I believe. Did,
Okay, and then rest of the story.
tell
who's supposed to
Megan read
make for
it?
you?
I think I'm the last one. I'm the last stop for the rest of the story.
Yeah,
so if you finish
I'll
Energy
just
Enable while you're here,
I'll make sure I annotate my
leave it with
copy
me.
and then leave that with you, and I'll read
Yes.
that copy and leave it with you while I'm there.
Then I will be the shipper of the things to Steph.
Yes.
Which I already have things for
works for me.
Steph, so it's fine.
Oh,
I definitely
this is
don't
so-
have a signed Emily Rath on my shelf. Fine. That's for Steph. It's fine.
Oh, good.
I know. Well, I like to have enough stuff to send you for it to make sense also. It has to go across the world. Like, it's a distance.
Yes, that is true. It's very true.
So by your winter, you'll have a package from me.
Oh,
Also, I
by
gotta
the
go get
way,
you, like,
Steve
weird
is going to
American
bring
things.
home a scale for me to easily ship things to you.
Perfect. I'll send you the shipping website I use.
Okay, sounds good.
There you go. Before I forget.
All right, perfect. Should we do one more sprint?
Yeah, I can do one more.
Do a long boy, do an hour?
Yeah. I might have to peace out before the end of it, but I should be able to at least finish something and a half.
Well, we can do 45 then, so we can do a chatty bit.
Yeah, either way it's fine. I'm not sure what's up tonight yet. So if you want to do an hour and then I can see what's up and we can
do 45. Give me just a second.
I just feel bad.
No, 45 is fine. We're reading. That's all that needs to happen, right?
I know.
Exactly
I know.
right.
All right. Okay. We're going to go for one more, and we'll see you on the other side of 45. Hello, hello.
Hello. How did we do?
Good.
There we go. I did finish. I forgot how dense Bean Counter is.
Yeah, it's a dense one. That's why I'm like, you should do that one
it.
while you're with us.
Well, I'm almost done with Love Bite, so
It gets better as it goes, doesn't it?
I'm liking it. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Again, I can definitely see why some people haven't liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I really am enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. So we'll see when I finish volume one what I think. But I imagine I'll pick up at least 2 more to decide.
Yeah. All right, Steph, how about you?
I finished Spectacular, so that's a tick. I read The 5 Rules of Friendship, which is one I wanted to read to take in for the start of the year, because I suspect we'll be talking a lot about friendship again for second graders.
Mhm.
And it was actually just a really nice book, and it's got 5 things to always think about and why they're important when you're being friends. And then I've started Flora, which is another children's nonfiction book, but it's all about Australian plants.
I love
And
that.
it's got a really cool just trying to find where it starts. So it breaks a lot of it up into the native Australian plant types and then goes through information. And I could have lived without knowing about our poisonous plants, because we have enough animals.
Yeah, right?
But there's a deadly plant section. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, right?
It's just reinforcing all the scary things that are in Australia.
Yeah.
But this author, the first book in the series is Fauna, and it's done the same way. So it's all about animals. But this is like, if you're at all interested in Australian plants, like it's so fascinating. I knew a little bit about them, but I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
Mm. All right. So I'm now about 60 pages in, and I think we're getting to what the bulk of the book is going to do. And I'm enjoying it much more.
Good.
His twin is not mentally well. They had tried to unalive themselves, and he is now currently talking with her psychiatrist. This is based in the 70s, I should say. So a lot of the terminology and stuff is dated for that time. And that, I believe it's when it was written as well. So obviously terminology is not going to be currently what we would do or say about things. So I'm grappling a little bit with that, but knowing that this one was an older written title, I'm like doing a little better with it, but it's still hard at points. When the N word is straight up on page, like you just kind of have to struggle with it for a second.
Yeah.
But considering a white man 50 years ago wrote this book, it's going to be there. But it's one of those things where basically I believe he's going to be like tandem doing therapy with the sister. So they're both going to be like healing and deconstructing from what happened to them as kids, which I think is good. And like, I really like the therapist already, and I've only spent like 4 or 5 pages with her. And so I'm like, okay, this is a therapist that's done in a way that's not negative, which is what I was afraid of. That's why I'm like, if the writing of her is bad, then I'm definitely going to nope out of this book. But I really like how she's approaching him about talking about things, because it's independent of talking to the sister. Like, this is just him and her having their own therapy session to kind of start things off. And I really like how she's not afraid to challenge him, but she's not going to force him. Like, that's how it's coming across. And I'm like, okay, I like this. This feels like real therapy, being someone who attends therapy and has attended therapy for years. This feels like legitimate therapy. So I'm really interested to see where it's going to go from here. because they talk a lot about this brother, but they talk about him, at least the way Tom, the hero, like the main character of this book, talks about him. He talks about him like he's either dead or he's like completely written him off. So I don't know what's happened there. It could just be written off because it sounded like previously like the dad was dead, but the dad doesn't seem to be dead because they tried to contact him about the sister. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's a dense sucker, that's for sure. Because normally in that amount of time, I would have read 90-ish pages and I've only read 60. So it's a denser read than normal. And the type is fairly small.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest, but it's not the smallest either. But, you know, we're looking at a 690-page book roughly. So I'm going to give it a little more time. Again, I'm going to give it to like page 100-ish. If I get offended too many more times, obviously I'm going to nope out. But yeah. It's interesting so far. I'm really intrigued at this point.
That's good.
Because he's married and there's marital drama going on at the moment where they're trying to basically decide if they're going to stay together or not.
Okay.
Because whatever happened with Luke has changed how he behaves. So I don't know what that means. So I'm like, I don't have enough information to make my judgments at this point.
Yeah. Well, for the size of the book, 60 pages is still the start.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, this might be one I give more like 150 to 200 before I would DNF it, just because it's so big.
Yeah.
And it is a slow mover. So.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Again, this is not a book I would recommend to everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is not a recommendation, but it's a book that I think is well written for what it is and considering the time it was written, because there is forward thinking, but the way you're seeing the forward thinking is seeing someone with their backwards thinking challenging the forward thinking, but your MC is like, what you're saying is wrong. So it's like corrective at the same time. This was written in the 70s, like by a white man. You know, I gotta give him a little bit of credit on that.
Yeah. Context is everything with older books.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is. You have to think about when it was written and all. Just so many things go into it, I feel like, when I pick up older titles.
Right, exactly. So yeah, like I can definitely see why the person who recommended this to me recommended it to me.
Yeah.
They are someone who likes to, like, there was a line about hating being a man at one point. Let's see, where did that go? I highlighted it because I was like, this is interesting. Okay.
I'm very sad that we have to wait for Bean Counter. I finished that live and I was like, oh, now I have to wait for who knows how long. The worst.
That's not a fun feeling.
I hate waiting for things to beat out. Like, that is my one pet peeve in everything. Series, everything. It's just the worst.
That's why I put off reading so many next books in series. I'm like, oh, well, just until the next one.
But then, like, I'm always afraid if I don't pick it up, at least, like, the series is just going to vanish. Like, if enough people don't read it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just out here on the internet screaming about the next release coming as soon as possible, please and thank you.
I mean, that's why I'm still reading Married to the Devil. I'm not done yet because I don't want to be done.
I know, because what with Lillian, we're one book a year, usually in December.
Yeah, which is fair. But I just don't want to be done. Because I'm like, but now I'm done. Now I'm caught up.
Does that put you current on Lillian?
Yeah. I'm always basically current with her within a month or two of the next one coming out. I can never wait very long. and then I'm just sad because it's over. Every
Just
time.
so consistent. Her books are so
They
good.
really are.
I can't
know
find
exactly
that quote, but I'll post it somewhere later because I just found it very interesting.
Yeah.
Basically about how he resents that his mentally ill sister treats him as a white knight because he feels like a fake, essentially. Like, it was really interesting.
Mm.
So, yeah.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right, friends. So hopefully everybody made some progress on their reads for Read What You Own. I know that I made a dent in a very dense book, so I'm very proud of that. I know Izzy,
2.5 volumes of manga. So, I mean, I'll finish this up here in a minute, but
yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I'm keeping up with things better this year. Last year, I could just kind of let things go wild. So, Alrighty, friends. Thanks so much for joining me, and thanks everybody who came to read with us. We appreciate you being here. I'll make sure everybody's linked down below. I don't think I've added much in the description at this point, but I'll make sure everybody's added below, as well as the Discord for Read What You Own. So if you can join in at any time. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by your TBR at any point, come join us, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Rain on my head, I let you go.